Hi, welcome to Otter HB. Thanks for joining me today. Today, Janine and I are at San Mateo Campground, which is California State Park. To book it, I think you have to go to San Onofre State Beach, and then it links it down to San Mateo from there. So when you're on the California reserve site, it's tough to get to. Work hard, you'll figure it out. It's San Mateo. They have 155 sites here. There's four different loops, I'm sorry, with sites. So you have the outer parts and the inner parts. They're all a little bit different as far as the site goes. So I'll try to walk you through some of them and show you the difference. So let's go take a walk. I'll show you the sites. So we'll start with our site, which is site 9. So when I talk about a loop, if we think about the outsides of the loop, what's on the other side? So we have sites on the outside that down the middle, they're kind of back to back them. So here as we talk about the outside of the circle, depending on where you're at, it's like this side, we have nothing but trees behind us. Nice and quiet, just pretty sight. Pretty open. I'm, a decent sized truck plus a 22-foot trailer. I'm hooked up. I don't even have to unhook. So decent size, regular concrete pad. So we're pretty level to start with. This is site 10 just across the way. So now we're talking in the middle. And as we look here, there's sites on the other that face, their back faces this way. And there's just this nice area in between. What I've noticed staying here before is kind of, if you want privacy, you hit the outside of the circles. The inside of the circles, a lot of times you see kids running up and down here, all the way up, all the way down, because it's a neat place to play. As we talk about the top part of the circle, the first circle, 1 through 50, I think, it's where we're at. They're gonna have hookups. We have electrical and we have water. There's no sewage, but they have a dump site up above. And then the next 3 loops down below, those are all non-hookups. So let's go take a walk kind of over in this center area. And I'll show you what I mean when we talk about the really openness of it. So if we look, we have sites facing this way, then we have sites facing this way, campfires, everything. And this kind of center area is just kind of a free-for-all area. So as I say, if you have groups of people and you get here and here on this side, then you have this big center free-for-all area, and it's kind of what it seems to be. This is a beach campground, but what we have to understand, the beach is probably 4 miles away. Not 4, it's probably 2 miles away. You can walk, there is a trail. The beach is trestle, so it's a huge surf location, but you're gonna work to get there. You could hop in your car or truck, drive down. We have San Clemente going one way. We have San Onofre on the other side. There's 2 different surfing areas down in San Onofre. Here we actually back up to Camp Pendleton Marine Base, and it's pretty cool looking at it. Every now and then you'll be sitting here, you'll hear some booms going off, or that's just stuff happening on a range, which is just kind of cool. It's different. It's not something we all see every day. So as every campground's a little different, this one's a little different. As far as beach goes, like I say, you're gonna work to get there, but Work's always half the fun. Here's some of my favorite sites when we start talking 23, 24, all the stuff on this outer loop. Nice big campsites, but there's nothing behind you. There's nothing that can be behind you, because what's actually behind you is Camp Pendleton. Here's some of my favorite sites when we start talking 23, 24, all the stuff on this outer loop. Nice big campsites, but there's nothing behind you. There's nothing that can be behind you, because what's actually behind you is Camp Pendleton. So let's walk up and kind of take a look and see what the site's giving you. This is site 26. Like I say, the openness of the area behind me, it's like this is your campsite and this is what you're looking at. Just these gorgeous hills and mountains and nice open areas. So when you're going through, you know, your site selections, make sure you just kind of look and go, what kind of trip am I on? Am I doing it by myself and want just solitude, or do I want something in the middle where I can have everybody run amok? Here's the biggie that I always want to look at too, is as we talk about a campground, what are their facilities? Bathrooms and showers. State parks always do an amazing job when we start talking about nice clean bathrooms, showers, take tokens. You can get a nice long hot shower if you're in a van or a trailer and don't want to use yours. But when I start talking of the middle sites, I mean, they're still awesome sites. Gobs of room. One nice thing about this campground, they aren't tight spaces that you're on top of each other. They're just very roomy and got a lot of space. Here's site 31. I think Janine and I actually stayed on this. If you go back if you go sometime last year, we were here, a group of people, and I think we stayed at this site, and just look at its surroundings. But all of a sudden, sitting back here, look at the size of the site. Nice shade, everything. That's site 31. It's one of the ones that backs up with nothing behind you. Pretty cool. And it looks like, as I've looked at San Mateo a bit, it seems Sunday through Thursday, pretty wide open. Always pretty good chance of getting a site. Welcome to being right on the coast. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Play the game. Good luck. So that was kind of a walk around the very top loop, sites 1 through 50. Like I say, most of them, if not all of them, on this top loop have hookups. Now we'll go down, I'll walk you through the next loop and show you that. Okay, so I came over to the next loop over, which has no hookups. We have tent sites and RV sites. We do have to definitely pay attention to the length of the site that you pull into, because I see I see there's some big sites, but there's also some smaller sites, like site 79. I don't think my trailer would fit into. But then we take a look at like site 81, and they're nice and deep. So more than anything, when you're booking, pay attention to the length of the site. There's some small ones and just regular. Like I say, the biggest difference right here is just there's no hookups. And the hookups consist of, on the top loop, electrical and water only. Here's site 87. Once again, as we talk about, you know, the different sites, here we have one of the sites that is on the outer part of the loop. So once again, when we look at what we see behind us, we've got nothing. Pretty cool. Fun campground though. Nice wide open sites, just it's full. It fills up, especially for the weekend. When we got in on Thursday, there was all kinds of sites open. Now we start talking weekend. Today's Saturday. It looks like 95% of the sites are full. So as we're talking, there's one other big loop just down from this loop, which is the same as this. And then one smaller loop. I don't need to take you on all the loops. It's all the same. So you got a good idea of what we're looking at. And there you go. 2 dump sites. Not bad, have hoses on them. Look pretty decent. Looks like $10 fee for dumping. That must be why it's not that crowded. So thanks for joining me on Otter HB. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Go to the channel. There's a lot of stuff. There's campground reviews, there's camping, hiking, fishing, a little bit of everything. Go to the channel, enjoy my shows. If you enjoy the shows, give me a like. It's been a great campground review. San Onofre State Beach, San Mateo Campground. It's kind of hard to find when you're trying to reserve California and trying to actually find the campground to find the site you want, but work at it. It is definitely worth it. Nice big openings, clean facilities. It's a fun campground to come to. So come enjoy. Anyways, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks everybody. Take care.